Mic check. Excellent. Excellent. These type of markets that we're seeing today, they look pretty familiar. So it's nice to see the pre-market sweep. I'm sorry, not pre-market sweep. The market open, sweep lower, stabbing into these order blocks. All right. Beautiful. Now, how does price respond, right? Do we continue lower? Because there's a ton of free space below, right? Which is crazy, but stuff like that could be your draw for the next few weeks, or price could continue higher, right? So for now, 5 minutes, 8 minutes into the market open, we can just take a look around here. This is beautiful. This is what you want to see, right? You see price attempt to go higher at 9:30, sweep. All right. And now you have these up close candles, which can be used as a form of resistance. So that's what I'll be watching. If price can work its way back up into this area, I would like to see how price responds. So for now, our job is to let the markets settle here. Not much going on. Keep an eye on these timestamps below. And go from there. Go from there. I was looking at yesterday's price action, bro. It's like what are we like really dealing with? Look at this. You got this aggressive move. Price wanted to go lower, taps into this weekly open and skyrockets, like with no remorse. Like one tap, if you had an order sitting right here, you caught 280 points from 11 a.m. to, this was 1 day's worth of price action here. That's insane. But looking at the higher time frame, right? I'm looking at the power of 3 here. Go to the daily chart. Let's just pay attention to how this week is already shaping up, right? Monday, we open up here. We have this inside candle where we didn't take the previous day high or the previous day's low on Friday. Tuesday, However, we did have this weekly open hold, right? So if you're looking from a power of three standpoint, you would say that price pushed higher off of this weekly open, never hit the objective, right? So now you see the week continues higher on Tuesday, which means we just opened up the new week and pushed directly to this Friday high, right? With that, this could be your open high algorithm where the market wants higher first, and then we start to flip and trade lower. All right, so that's what I'll be looking for. I want to see maybe Tuesday or maybe even Wednesday create the high of the week. You know what I mean? So with that high of the week, this could be your high of the week, and we could start trading lower, or maybe Wednesday pushes a little higher and that's your high of the week, or vice versa. If price today, if we can get down underneath Monday's low or Friday's low and fill this in, I would like to see Tuesday or Wednesday put in the low for the week. If we're going to be bullish Thursday and Friday, I want to see one of these days put in the low. And if we're going to be bearish, I want to see one of these days put in that high so we can start trading lower. Naturally, when you just look at the forecast for the rest of the month, you can see that we have no major news until the federal funds rate FOMC statement, which is the 29th. So next week, Wednesday, 1 week from today. I'm sorry, 1 week from tomorrow. So with that, you could almost say that I think we're getting our new Fed chairman. So we know he's going to do whatever Trump tells him. So that's probably going to be really bullish. So I would say maybe price goes lower here up until we get that new Fed chairman settled. And then you get another rally off of that news. But who knows? Like, it's no fun to even speculate in trading. It's no fun to try and predict the future next week. What's going to happen next week? Nobody knows. No point of even trying. It's cool to take a look at the forecast, though, just to get an idea of what's on the table. We got FOMC next week, so the volume should start to pick up here. What do I notice on YM? YM fails to even go lower. Similar to yesterday, where YM was the one leading the way higher, right? YM barely made it under 10 a.m. Close through, pull back. Boom. Bro, this is clean, bro. This was your supply zone. It held up like a champion. It took forever. This tap was at 11:35. It didn't go anywhere until 3:45 p.m., bro. This is that price action that, like, you just really have to put your trade on and walk away. Similar to what we did yesterday. But, like, you know, it kind of takes the fun out of trading. But at this point, bro, I was telling myself last night, I'm like, bro, I know you want to have fun while you trade. Like, you want it to be something that you can look forward to. But at this point, it's strictly business. You know what I mean? Like, find your setup, whatever the case may be, put the trade on, bro, and walk away. That's like the only time you'll, like, really see it through. You know what I mean? You'll really see your journey through. A lot of trades, you'll sit back, you'll be watching those trades, and it'll ruin the fun of the trade. Like, it may even get very close to stopping you out, making you feel all types of different ways. Just end up going to TP, and now you're on an emotional roller coaster. So yeah, man, strictly business. These setups that we've been seeing, they haven't been like the clean. Like, yesterday wasn't the cleanest, right? But if you go back and you look at the full picture from like the past month or two, these setups have been so clean. Just keep taking advantage of them. And it may, like I said, it may get to the point where we just have to put on a trade here and let the algorithm work, walk away, leave, go do something. All right. So the bullish pressure is literally right back on the table. Right back on the table. You guys were in the chat saying it was probably going to sweep these lows and go right back higher. You are actually spot on here. Oh, here we go, right? We're making new highs now over here on YM. That's not a good look unless we can do something like this where price pulls back, holds this area. But now that this high is taken out, this could completely flip. All right, cool. So got that. And we got this over here. There we go. Nice. What's happening here, right? Notice ES is driving right back into this bearish order block. Nice. I mean, this is nice. What's up with this volume? We tapped into that 930 price from Monday. Look at this. Beautiful. Was holding guys like support, broke it, resistance for a little bit, broke it, left that imbalance. We drive right back into it today. And it is a nice move out of it. A really nice move out of it. So coming into today's session, which one was stronger? NASDAQ. Okay, so NASDAQ breaks the previous daily high. ES fails to do so. Now you see ES bouncing a lot quicker and a lot stronger. Let's see what happens here, man. Let's see what happens here, man. See if anybody else is in trades right now. Let's see. Who's online, bro? A lot of people don't trade live, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Let me go to YouTube homepage and see if there's anybody live. Oh, okay. That's strange. Let me refresh. Is Tanya live? There we go. As long as there's a couple people. There we go. All right. Yeah, Tanya's live. Lumi's live. There we go. There we go. That's a big deal for me, bro. Like, in an industry where everybody's posting online, everybody's on social media all day talking about their trades, I feel like it's important to have at least a few good traders that are trading live for completely free. It's a TV show, bro, at the end of the day for me. Wow, we got Tanya in the long already, kid. But then again, she's like, like her model is so simple. She's on the 1 minute chart, waiting for a higher time frame level to be swept, which we just swept out the overnight lows. And then as soon as there is any sort of uh-oh, what's up with my trading view, bro? I don't know what's up with trading view, but do this. How about that? How about that? Cancel. Save and close. Hold on, let me sign in. Oh my goodness, bro. Hold on, let me sign in my account real quick. Boom, 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 boom. It is ripping right now. And that's why I say it's funny how simple her strategy is, because sometimes it's really that easy, bro. I'm at the point in trading where I don't really want the easy trades, but this is the funny part, right? Literally waited for I think she got in somewhere around here. What price is that? Let me see. Bro, literally in this gap right here. She goes long, stops below this low right here, 30-point stop. And when you're really thinking about it, if you have like a minimum risk, like a low risk type of trade, where like let's say you normally risk 500, and you're like, okay, I'll put 200 on this. I like it. It swept the low. You get a 1 minute. Literally, it's a simple ICT pattern here. You get a 1 minute breaker, low, high, low, makes a new high, and then you wait for a displacement. That's all she waits for, right? She's waiting for that displacement candle, which would be right here. She's waiting for that displacement candle through, you know what I mean, through a swing point. So these internal highs here, we gap through it. That's your displacement. Bring this down. That's your entry. Put your order inside of here. Stop underneath the low, and then you just give it a chance. Maybe I should. I don't know, bro. I feel like that's just like child's play in a way. Like these trades don't really excite me because I can't put much risk on it. But then, like I said, like you can see on her trade here, she's not going that big of a risk. She got like some micros on, and you just give it a chance to try to run really far. And if you're right, it could run way back up here. So I guess if you have the risk to reward, it becomes a good idea. I don't know. I just don't like the 1 minute chart, so I can't even. I'd have been there, done that, bro. That 1 minute is torture. That 1 minute will lie to you so many times. All right, so we're continuing higher. No pullbacks yet. You already know what's about to happen. 10 a.m. is right around the corner. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback at 10. So that's what I'm going to do here. I will have my, this thing is ripping, bro. I'll have my, level here at 10 a.m. waiting for a pullback. Waiting for a pullback here. This is unbelievable. Nailed it. Look at it, bro. You nailed it. Literally, that's crazy. This is like, if trading was this easy, bro, I would marry the 1 minute chart. Put a buy in here, stop here, and you can catch, what is that, 50 points. And if you got a better entry, maybe It's like it's not even kidding at this point. It is running. How is this even possible, bro? This type of stuff makes you wonder, like, bro, how is this possible? If this type of stuff would happen more often, I would love the 1 minute chart. I would love the 1 minute chart. This girl just caught 60 points in 5 minutes using a overnight sweep and a displacement. And get out of here, bro. Some stuff just you can't make this up. That's really clean. Good for her. That's like that's a dream come true trade right there. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. This volume is really good though. Let's see what's going on. Financial juice. This is like if it has it makes you feel like this is gonna go like literally right back up here. Another 130 point swing. Another 130 point swing. Boom, 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 boom. All right, yeah, 2 minutes until 10 a.m. and then that's when the big players will be stepping in here. Get off that 1 minute chart. Who cares? I don't. And then you have a break through that zone. YM still hasn't pulled back yet. So we're chilling. Yeah, we're chilling. I would love to see NASDAQ get above this zone as well. And there it is. There you go. Nice push. I want to see how this 10 a.m. candle wants to get involved here. Is it going to pull back and continue, or is it just going to expand to the target and then you get pull back after that? I want to see an aggressive pullback. That'll make me believe in the buys. A quick, aggressive drop. Similar to what we just saw, right? We saw price crash at 9:30. That was a good sign that price could try and reverse. And here we go. 10 a.m. is here. Let's see. Nice pullback here on YM. And notice this weekly high sitting right here. Nice accumulation for price to retest. So what I'll do is I'll start cleaning up my chart here. I pretty much have a good idea of what we're trading on here. This previous daily high, I'll mark this out. And we are pretty much ready. The volume is A+. A+ volume. I wonder what makes these types of trading days so clean. Like, What is it? Mm, 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 mm. So how I'm looking at price right now, you see this bearish candle here, this order block here. We just tapped into it, right? I would expect some sort of selling pressure to step up now. That would be clean. I just hate the sessions where it just acts as if it just doesn't care to pull back. Those are the hardest by far for me because it seems like the moment you believe it's not going to pull back, as soon as you get in, that's when it pulls back. So it makes you want to just let it go. So that's what I've been doing lately. If it doesn't pull back, I just let it go, right? And then eventually you get some sort of order block, second stage, third stage delivery, but I think it's safe to say that the markets really just do whatever they want to do. So like if you're pattern trading or if you're looking for like the same thing to happen every single time before you get in, that's going to be tough. The one thing that I see is consistent is the power of three. Like that's why I can never argue with it. And it's not necessarily a pattern, it's a sequence. It could be different variations of that sequence, but at the same time it's the same outcome where price just opens opposite of where it truly wants to go, or maybe price opens and accumulates before it goes, but either way it's going to do something different before it actually takes off. So here we are, bro. And these 5-minute candles, I've grown to appreciate them because it helps cancel out a lot of noise, right? Like you saw these 1-minute candles going higher, but really if you just wait for the 5-minute candle to close, you'll see that this candle is going to be a retracement candle, right? Tapping into that previous daily level here. I love where this order block is sitting. I like that we closed through it, right? This is nice. You just want to see a decent pullback. That's it. But lately, these markets do not like to pull back. My goodness. This may be your only 5-minute bearish candle close, and then you get 6 bullish candles in a row. Literally, and here it goes. It's already happening. This is about to be one of those days. And we didn't even hit anything major. We just hit the overnight lows and the overnight liquidity. We didn't hit a weekly open. We didn't hit a daily low. We just took out the overnight low. And apparently, I mean, if you really look at it, I guess, yeah, I get it. Yeah. If you pay attention to how strong overnight price action was, like that really means anything. That never really means anything. But if you were to say, bro, overnight was so bullish, we didn't have a retrace. First retrace, I'm longing it. And you got paid. First retrace in New York, flip this 1-minute bearish candle. Flip all of, bro, this is clean. Look at how efficient this move is. We put in a low, flip these down close candles here, retest, we broke it, retest, gap through. That is, bro, that is a signature move. Bearish candle gets closed through. Once it closes through it, you retest it and then displace. Bro, that is so clean, bro. If this happened more often, bro, I would love the 1 minute. But you see how clean this bottom was put in. There's probably some sort of SMT down here. And then you have this displacement after tapping into here. And then after tapping into this gap, so we tap into this gap, mitigate the gap, drive back into the order block, confirm that the order block's gonna win by displacing again, buy here. Bro, that's ridiculous, bro. Let's looking at yesterday's price action, I bet you probably won't even get anything close to that type of delivery all day. This is insane to me, bro. YM's chilling. But let's look at yesterday, right? Let's look at yesterday. Just looking at a bottom or a top, right? So 930, we put in this top here. Let's see how this top was created. You're looking for this up close candle to put in a low or a high. So 930 here, boom. All right, yeah, you can use this. So we had a nice move off of here, right? We open up, sell off immediately from it, mitigate whatever's down here. We got this gap here that wasn't mitigated. All right, so there it is, nice. So yeah, it's chopped, look at this. Unless you wanna say, pull back, push into it, displace, and this is your displacement candle right here. This is your displacement candle right here. And then price taps into it. Short in there. Stop above here. Gang slide lower. Maybe it wasn't that bad yesterday. This is right at the open though. 930, 940, macro, I guess you could call it. Was this a macro trade today? Macro entry, yep, 940. It's funny, those macro traders do get some clean setups here and there. Let's see, macro over here, 930, boom, 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 930. What if the macro starts at 930? No, 940. 940 is the entry. This thing is still ripping, bro. I might turn my charts off, bro. How is it possible, bro? Nothing else is moving. And oil is going high, bro. This is not real. So yeah, I'm gonna take my time and wait for a clean setup here. But yeah, 930. I'm looking for a sweep. We get this sweep of this low. But there's no way this is this simple, bro. Maybe I was underestimating that 930 open here. We got this down close candle, puts in the bottom. You want to see price run away as soon as this candle closes. That's the signature. It'll run away, pull back, and then displace. Here goes your displacement. You put your order wherever you want to put it. I guess you would have to use this lower one so you could cover the low. Yeah, you would have to use this lower for everybody. You got maybe like midpoint here. Or if you go Fibonacci, yeah, 50% of that would cover that second gap. That way you cover that low. And then let's see if you can get a good move. Oh my goodness. Am I missing out? Am I missing out? It's not like I don't know how to trade it. The last, I think it was like what, 2024? That was 2 years ago. Well, a year and a half ago. Is when I stopped trading the 1 minute because I'm like, bro, this is not consistent, bro. You get a clean setup, the same setup I'm looking at now, I used to trade it. But all right, let's see, 930. All right, 930. You get the sweep. There goes your order block there. Doesn't tap into it, so now you're looking opposite. You put this low in here. We run away from it right away, pull back, I don't see a gap here, but there has to be a gap on some time frame, right? Has to be a gap on maybe 2 minute. There goes your gap. 50%. Right in that gap. Stop below the low. One deviation, 0.5 is probably my area of interest. See if it pulls back. There goes your pullback. Bro, there's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Now I'm going to pick a random day here. If this hits, I'm going to pick a random day. Let's see. Thursday. What day is this? Thursday the 16th? Yeah, let's go Thursday the 9th. And we're going 9:30. And I'm watching these charts as well. So if we see a clean 5-minute setup today, I will definitely knock that out. Okay, yeah, we're getting a nice reaccumulation type of deal here. Nice. All right, yeah. But anyway, yeah, if these 1-minute profiles are this clean, I will laugh so hard. This is a random day. All right, so let's go 9:30. All right, we're sweeping those highs, so maybe we get a turn here. So we close through this one. We need a run. We need to see price run. There goes your run. See if price decides to displace. Nope. So opposite. Opposite. What happens? See, now we're taking out this high though, so this gets a little bit tricky. The other trades, there was no external high. We're taking out pre-market high here, so this could be a trap. But all in all, you get the sweep lower, close through this down close candle, pull back into it, displace. So yeah, I wouldn't take that just yet. There goes your trap. All right, so now if that's your trap, we closed here with the sweep. Nice close, run, push back, boom. This is your leg here. If you're gonna go in this market, this is your leg, the short, ideally here. But I would want to get 50% of this entire leg. It may not tag me, who knows? I don't know. But I want to cover this high, essentially. That's all. And then target whatever else is left. All right, let's see if this is a legit trade or what. Erase the Fibonacci. All right, cool. Let's see. Did it tag me? Bro, this is too easy, bro. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friends. What level? Oh, wait. What level did this hit? Maybe I will laugh my butt off if this is free money every day. Meanwhile, NASDAQ is still going higher. It misses 50% there. However, still taps into this gap. Maybe ES hit 50%, who knows, but actually I should be able to see that. This is the high, this is the high. Yeah, ES did hit 50%. Runs, bro, this is clean. Oh my goodness. It has to run away, right? This run right here, this close bullish and then a series of bearish candles, tap into it, displace. That's money. That made me a lot of money before. Then it just stopped working. It was like, bro, extreme, like this pullback right here would have been way too strong, wicking you out. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to keep taking losses like that. But long story short, it looks like the key is that the setup starts right at 9:30. It's not the macro. The macro is where you probably get in, right? You see this entry came around 10:05, right? Inside the macro. But the trade was set up from 9:30. It was already in motion. You know what I mean? So then you look over here, ES does tap in 50% of this leg. 50% gets hit multiple times, cover the high. See how close it's getting to this high for no reason, bro? Knowing that it's bearish, that's the stuff that gets me about the 1 minute. You use that 1 minute swing as your protected high and it'll sweep that, bro. Meanwhile, NASDAQ is ripping, guys. Ripping is an understatement, actually. It is feeding the nations abroad and locally. That's sad, bro. Meanwhile, I'm over here sitting on the sideline when they just gave us the easiest trade in America. When I say the easiest trade in America, and then I guess it's a good thing to it because it made me investigate why was that so clean. And then here we are, we're seeing this over and over. This has been happening. All right, let's go do one more random day before I'm gonna start trading it again. After stream, I'll go back and I'll do a little bit more investigating, but let's go to a different month. There we go. Get out of April. Maybe April's just super clean here. Let's go a Wednesday 11th. Well, maybe that's CPI. Let's go Wednesday the 18th. Let me see on the news here. Let's see if that was a specific news day that I would want to avoid. Let's see. March 18th was PPI. And then March 25th was CPI. So I could go 11. No, I can't. 4th. Wednesdays are loaded. Let's go Tuesday. Tuesday the 17th, Tuesday the 24th. Yeah. Bro, that's the problem, bro. Get out of here. All right, here we go. I was looking at the wrong currency. I'm like, bro, how is every Wednesday fully loaded? PPI. Trump speaks 7:20 p.m. All right, yeah, so we'll go to the 24th. 24th, there wasn't major news. There was just 9:45 news. And then I want to see 24th and the 25th. I'll do both of those days here while we wait because the market is actually starting to pull back now, finally. So maybe I get a decent play here. Oh yeah, I might get a decent continuation, guys. Hold on. Let me draw it up and then I'll finish this back test here. I will cry laughing, bro. Maybe it's my time again, bro. Maybe it's my time to go back and take over the 1 minute because these moves are ridiculous. Here we go. I like the 5 minute better though. I don't know why. I like the confidence I have trading the 5 minute. The 1 minute, you be nervous until it take off. Then once it takes off, you're like, all right, cool, we're good. We're good. All right, so nice. Save that. YM still going lower. Hold on. All right, so here we go. 9:30 opens, we get SMT off of this high. We sweep this up close candle. We ran away from it, right? Ran away from it. We just didn't get that retest. Did we get a retest here though? Is that the same candle? Yeah. So we get that up close candle here, run from it. Yeah, we didn't retest it how I would want to see it retested. So now you start looking at the other end of things. We see price close through here. I'm looking for that signature though, that running. We only got one candle close and then we immediately pull back. There was a gap here though, so let's see. But this one right here though, what do you notice about this one? We closed through here and we ran a couple candles straight up, at least two or more, right? Boom. And there goes another sell-off. So now, what are you looking at now? You're looking at this one because this one sweeps that internal, taps into these bearish gaps, gives you this bearish candle. We shouldn't be closing through that area that we're looking for to work out. So this bearish candle doesn't count for me anymore. This bearish candle doesn't count. This bullish candle gets ran through. If we displace lower here, nope. We tap into it, fail. This is a bunch of chop right now. Bunch of chop right now. But let's keep it simple though. Which way is price trying to go? It looks like it wants higher. So let's find that down close candle. All right. We got a close, a nice run, a pullback. Do we displace? No 2 minute, no 1 minute displace. But we do have this order block here, bro. It may not give you a gap every time, right? That's the catch. Looking for the gap, you'll miss a bunch of trades. We got the same signature just without the gap. All right, and then this candle right here is green. So here it would be boom. Close through. Yeah, bro, this is, we tap into this gap here. This is invalidated. This is invalidated. Remember, we still got this level up top. Oh, we just tapped into it. It's too late. Yeah, too late to be trying to buy that. We just tapped into here. So it's 10:03. Let's see what happens. It don't look like it's gonna slow down at all, to be real. There we go. That's nice. If we displace here, let's see. Oh my goodness. All right, there goes your confirmation. Price is not going lower. We waited for price to give a new zone, sweep this low, push up, pull back. We just took this high though. It's over. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to trade that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting that bullish confirmation after this high has been taken, so who cares? Naturally, you probably want to buy NASDAQ. NASDAQ may not even take that high, bro. And what do you know? It doesn't even care about that high, at least for the next hour, 30 minutes. So now, what am I looking at? It's the same, bro. It's the same deal. We have SMT. Once we take that high, everything changes. You have to understand that. And then you see what happens. Price pushing this up close candle here after taking that high and immediately runs away from it. There goes that first red flag that we're about to short. All right. And if we displace, which it looks like we just displaced after tapping into it, we got this bearish gap. This is where you want to short. Let's see if it holds. Just rip. Yeah, we just closed through it. Over here, close through it on ES. NASDAQ will probably close through it. We got the EMA support. I would say this is a no trade now. And we displace with a gap, but we don't break any structure with that gap. So that may be your first red flag there, right? So yeah, no trade there. And as you can see, more chop on the 1 minute. If you took any of that, you're pretty much dead in the water, bro. Yeah, see, it's too much going on here. No trade. I would say maybe you just look for that 1 minute setup from 9:30 until 10:15. If you don't see anything from between those two, that first macro, just kill that 1 minute idea, jump to the 5 minute. All right. I'm also watching these other charts here, so we're chilling. Finally got that pullback. This looks like we could get a continuation, but we'll see. I'm gonna do one more day here. No trade here, but no loss either, so that's fine. I can deal with that. And then, like I said, maybe just only do the 1 minute protocol for the first macro, and that's it. And then get off that 1 minute chart before it rips you a new one. All right, here we go. 9:30 and 9:30. This is actually fascinating, bro. I used to love this model. So here we go. 930 gives you this bearish candle over here on NASDAQ. We run away from it, and then we just displace off of it here. Only problem is ES takes the high, and ES was not offering that bearish candle at 930. So we're chilling. I actually would rather look for a short off of this up close candle right here. We 2 consecutive bearish candles off of it, 2 or more. There goes your displacement. You need to break this low here. This should be a short. So yeah, just like the last trade, you would want to see a displacement once we Oh, this is so weird. Why does it do stuff like that? Notice the candles are not the same color here. We got a bearish candle at the high over here. This bullish candle. So this might not even work out. I don't know if this is what I would want, unless you're just gonna trust NASDAQ, which is a scam. Oh my goodness. And look, so yeah, this is already telling you the shorts are done. The lows are taken. Do not short. Look for a long. Here goes your long, probably right here. We got this down close candle. We got 2 consecutive candles off of it. Pull back into it, SMT. Oh my goodness, kid. Look at this. Just wait for a displacement. This is telling you, bro. Just wait for a displacement. Inside of this macro, you're going to catch a long. Let's see if there's a 2-minute gap that was offered. No. This is an order block protocol, right? So order block would have been down close candle, run from it, push up here. This is your order block right here. But these are more complex, right? These aren't going to be as obvious. You have this down close candle, and then you have the 2 consecutive candles, pull back into it, displace through here. This will be your area where you really want to see price retest and hold. And what do you know? Price gives you that consecutive candles through it. Boom, consecutive candles, pull back, and starts to run here. You get the EMA support. You could take a risky buy, put your stop below here, and then just aim for. Well, really, I think this still goes bearish. The catch is we just took out this pre-market low, so there's no guarantee that this is gonna hold up. Well, we're above 50%. Yeah, maybe just target this up close candle here. Get you a quick scalp. But that's gonna be, it's dangerous. You don't know if this is gonna go bullish or bearish. And it blessed you with a buy. Look at ES. Super weak over here. I don't know if I would actually take this in real life. You know what I mean? Like, no displacement. You're using the EMA, which is a good indicator. However, you don't know if it's gonna wick lower for fun or what. Once we broke 50% of this range though, that was a good sign that maybe we were gonna go higher. Yeah, okay, yeah, once both broke 50%, but you can see ES didn't break 50% until 1022. NASDAQ would have been way up here at TP. So yeah, I wouldn't have traded that. Just understanding that this was the setup I would have wanted to short, right? Boom, 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 nice. But once we take this low, you have to be a little bit less aggressive on the shorts. And sure enough, even though I think it might still short, bro. Let's see. And there goes your short. You see what I mean? This is why I don't like the 1 minute. It decided it just wasn't ready to short. It gave you this buy. I would have been skeptical about the buy because once price hits a certain level, I'm expecting a short. But it's like, we saw the other trades, right? We saw the other trades when we took the short. You just put an order in there. You would just put your order at 50% and cover the high. Oh, that's it. Okay, I get it. I get it. That's your answer. This is the same trade we took. It's the same thing. 930 opens, sweeps, flips aggressively, retests, break a structure, fair value gaps. Normally we would enter at 50% because 50% would be closer to the swing. Here, you would put your order up here, understanding that you just want a proper stop loss. It doesn't matter where you get in as long as your stop loss is good, right? That's your answer. You put your order up here so you can cover the high and walk away. This is giving you the bias because even though we took this low, the short still managed to hold. This is giving this setup a lot of strength here, guys. I love that this held up after taking this low, pushed back into optimal entry, and completely landslides, right? And then you see the scam again, like where you see ES takes out this high. You see it here, ES hits this high, NASDAQ doesn't. So you want to short NASDAQ, yet NASDAQ gives you the most drawdown. ES doesn't even make it back to the 0.78. So you could even, I gotta start screenshotting these, guys. Hold on. Let me screenshot these. These are valuable. This is bringing back memories, bro. I used to love the 1 minute chart. I used to love it. Once I finally got the hang of it for a few months, I was all over the 1 minute. And for those of you who like the 1 minute, yeah, I'll drop it in the chat. All these notes that I have here that I'm about to put together. 9:30 to 10:15 is the cutoff. What time was this setup provided? Here, 9:15. Setup provided within this window. All right. Let me see. So yeah, we're chilling over here on these charts. Nothing going on so far. So we're chilling. Good job, man. Good patience, man. We're about to catch a monster buy or a clean short. 10:34. Yeah, so I'm gonna type this up just so I can have it in my notes for later. 9:30 open sweep with CIS with 1 minute. CISD back 2 or Alright, I'll just save this as 1 minute ROC 9:30. Save. Alright. And then what I'm gonna do is just make this a lot smaller. And like I mentioned, we may get a nice buy here on the 5 minute continuation. But this is big, bro. This is I think the problem was though it wasn't much volume also. This is a good strategy when like we're in a war right now or you know Trump's talking every day. The volume has to be high. All right, there we go. Download. And then we had the 20. We had a bunch of them this week, I would say. I think I drew some over here, right? 5 minute. Hopefully I didn't remove all my drawings. There we go. Nice. Friday the 17th. There we go. Select this. This is just one more example here. We are getting a nice retracement. This is nice. Nice. All right. Nice. What did we see here? We saw 930 open. Nice. We're driving into this fair value gap, sweeping out these internals. Then we create this low, sweep out this low. Beautiful. As long as you're sweeping something, you are in the right position. All right, so we swept this, close through, nice series of candles, pull back, displace through, break a structure is mandatory. EMA support is mandatory. Let me pull this up here. 1 minute. Oh, stupid. Why can't I find that? Offers 2 or more immediate rejection candle retest and displace through aggressive. Save that. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And there goes your breaking structure. And like I said, monitor both. You might want to get the one that goes the deepest. Here goes a perfect example of how you want to play this, bro. Like, it's like you shouldn't even have a stop loss, bro. That's the type of trade this is, because you put your stop here, or let's say you just chose to trade ES that day and you put your stop. Oh, this doesn't even look the same over here. Oh my goodness, this is ugly. You have no displacement. See, here goes the stupidity, bro. There goes the weird stuff. Why is ES so weak in the same exact scenario? All right. I mean, this is picture perfect over here. Look at ES. Maybe that's because it's the micro. Maybe YM gave you. Let's see something here, man. YM and YM is tapping into the same thing, but YM has nothing to do with what I would want to be trading. And this is the problem with pattern trading, bro. It makes you start to believe that this pattern has to happen for it to go up. But here you see this run, pull back, no displacement, pull back, displaces. Okay, there goes your displacement. Okay, all right, that works. It just looks a little funky, right? I didn't notice that these still ended up displacing at the same time. So here's your candle. So the candle is identical. Yeah, you could trade this. This just confirms it. Even when it looks weird, it's still doing the same thing in a sense, right? You see, here's your 933 low, expand, pull back into it. This is where you just follow along at the same time. Now we get this deep drive into it at 948. You're not even in the trade yet. This is clean. And then you get your displacement. ES fails to pull back to 50%, but that's where your skill has to come into play, and you have to say, I just need an order at 50%. Maybe even on both. You put an order on both just because you don't know which one's gonna hit it. Oh yeah, that's fire. Put an order on both. Cancel the one that doesn't get filled. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way you save yourself. Because imagine if you were like, oh, I want to buy ES because whatever reason, and then it doesn't tag you at 50%. Place an order on both charts. At 50% or higher if needed. Cancel the one that doesn't fill. Meanwhile, we're chopping right now. So there we go. I got those screenshots saved here. Let me put that long in here. Boom. And then target your swing. I'm not even being greedy. This is clean, kid. You're getting risk to reward out of massive expansions. And the stops aren't even that bad. 60 points, I'm used to that. That's what I like to see, yeah. Download that. And then I think there was one more. There it is. The 16th, the same trade. Let's go. And meanwhile, like I mentioned over here, price is doing absolutely nothing. But we are getting SMT, so I think we're going to continue higher. Ideally. Crazy SMT right now. ES is bleeding. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. Show you guys what I can see here. And meanwhile, actually, before I even get too far off of this, I want to see what the 1 minute chart did today. I think we already did. We saw Tanya take it. Yeah, we saw Tanya take it. 9:30, we break out of here. We don't retest anything. So now I'm already thinking reversal. We sweep those lows. Yeah, see, it wasn't even that clean. This low here, y'all look at the candle that puts in the low though. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't run how I would want to see it run. This is ES, that's why. ES is a joke at times, bro. Look at it. Now look, we put in this low here. We didn't run from it. Put in this sweep here. We didn't run from that one. This is the one that price ran from. Yeah, price ran, pulled back, display. Oh my goodness, that's clean. Add this to the notebook. Ran, pull back. How did that look on ES here? If it didn't look the same on ES, I'm not trading it. It just keeps it, you know, very simple for me. We close through. Nice. Pull back. Is it the same time or no? Yep. Pull back. Displace. Yeah, this is it. It just didn't pull back. So once we pull back here, I'm sorry, it didn't yeah, it didn't pull back to that 50%. That's all it didn't do. Here, this low to this high. Pulls back right to 50%. Put your order on both charts because you don't know which one is gonna fill. 35 point stop. Well, you know me, I like to add points because I hate being stopped out of a great trade. So I'd rather just add those points just in case. And there goes your trade. Sheesh. And then right now we might be pulling back to 50%. Yeah. Wow. Wow, I'm impressed, bro. The 1 minute rarely impresses me, but I am impressed here. All right, so let me go ahead and draw this up. ES was super strong here. Put my notes on the screen. Where do I want to put these notes? Put them down here. That is clean. EMA support, everything clean, aggressive. Very strong move. Oh, look at this sell-off, guys. Are you seeing me? Are you seeing us over here chilling right now while this dumps? This is clean, bro. I think this is probably gonna be the best trading day of the week. And we just got started. It's only 10:45. All right, let me download this again just in case I forgot. And then there was the 16th that I was looking at. And I'll just get this out of the way and then I'm adding it officially. I'll be trading it tomorrow. It'll be that 9:30 to 10:15 setup. That's giving you the best risk to reward right now, from what I can see. And then from there, I'll have my 5-minute chart looking for those basic continuations, which are my favorite. Here we go. Redo this. Look at that. 9:30, 10:15. We sweep this high, pull back. I mean, we don't tap into here, so I'm not worried about that yet. Might tap into that later. And then you have a sweep this low. We got a nice run off of this low. Close bearish, 2+ candles. Pull back, displace. Yeah, there we go. And then from this low to this high, 50%. That's too big. I would rather drop it down a little bit, maybe like in between, right up under 50%, so I can cover this low with like 60. I need to set a limit, bro. That's another part. Let me see. How many points does this go? It should go to this high. I'll probably start targeting the order block because that high is a little bit OD. Yeah, 1.6. Yeah. So max 70 points on the stop for NASDAQ. You know, might as well just get used to this, but it's hard to know which one's going to pull back, right? So I can't really just say only trade NASDAQ. I'll have to set some parameters for ES real quick. Let's see. Same candle puts in the low. We run from it, pull back, displace, beautiful. So which one pulled back first here? Because both of them did. So ES pulls back first, so I wouldn't be in NASDAQ. ES pulls back first, so I'm filled over here. If I did a 50% fill, 10-point stop is, let's see. If I did a 10-point stop, is that a good risk to reward? Oh, yeah. Give me that. Yeah, because I think that high gets taken, push it up to that order block. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. So, yeah, note over here. Price is bleeding right now, guys. Price is bleeding right now. We may have to end up waiting for an entirely new setup because that buy is not looking too strong right now. But we are giving SMT, so we'll see. 1 second, let me put this in. So I'll go max 10-point stop on ES, max 70 points for now, just to have something to work off of. All right, and then what else did I say? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Setups must. And there we go. There we go. Got the timestamps over there. 9:30. Put it on this one. And then 10:15. It's amazing how these setups are really. That's amazing. All right, download. I'll save this too. So that way all my notes are still on there. I think it was another one too, but I ain't know. Thursday the 9th. Thursday the 9th. I I gotta get it. I'm looking at it. The markets right now, they aren't doing anything at all. So let's take a look at them. Remove this. I'll keep all that highlighted because we're right back in that area, right? Could retest it. And then erase that. Get rid of these session levels in between. We know that has already been swept. Kill some of these price points, timestamps. Booyah. Much cleaner. Back to the 5 minute. What do we see? Okay, yeah, we got a nice flip here. I like this order block right here. Oh, that is nice. So this could be bearish. Keep an eye on that. All right, we got this sweep. We got SMT at the highs. Price takes out this high here on NASDAQ. All right, so keep an eye on the short. Meanwhile, we have unmitigated bullish territory being filled. So if price is bullish, this is where it would go bullish from. And I would want to see it start to happen. Yeah, so yeah, we're chilling. You want to see price start closing through bearish candles. That's going to be the first cue that price is about to go bullish. So until we get that, there's no reason to even, you know what I mean, worry about this. And then you have this bearish area here, which we'll see what happens at that retest there. YM tapping into bullish territory as well. We haven't mitigated anything bearish. All the bearish levels up here are wide open, which means that if you get a buy signal down here, chances are the buys are at least going to push you back up to here before you get real selling pressure. You know what I mean? So it's like a ping pong type of effect. If we don't mitigate these on the way down and I get a clean buy setup, I'll take that. Same thing here. Yeah, we're chilling. I think it goes back bullish. We'll see. Let me get this screenshot here for my notes. And this is a good time to pull out the the 1 minute sauce, because the market, after seeing how Tanya just got paid on the simplest setup I've ever seen, and then you go back and you see that it's been happening all month. Okay. All right. Boom. 1 minute. All right, cool. So what I'm looking at here is what happened at 9:30 and where's that 9:15 cutoff? All right, cool. So we had 9:30 open here. Nice. So we had, oh yeah. I just don't like that we closed through it. Yeah, I don't like that we closed through it. Let me clean this up. Redo the whole drawing. It's only a few levels here. Yeah, let's go 9:30. So we're watching here. We see this move up. Notice over here it's a bunch of chops, so there's no reason to even trade this. Just wait. Yeah, just wait for ES to clean up. Bunch of chop. There we go. So here we go. We get this big move up from this down closed candle here. This down closed candle didn't sweep anything. We swept this internal low here. So if price is going to go bullish, it's going to push into that. And then it's going to keep going. Okay, so we just killed that. Where did this come from here? This comes from the high. There we go. So with that, this was invalidated. This right here becomes, we push, tap. Oh yeah, this is it right here. This is where I want to short. Push, take that high, which it makes sense, right? Bro, this is so clean. Oh my goodness. You get the buy signal here, but what happened? It takes the high. So with that high being taken, you have to understand that the buys may be a trap now. And sure enough, it rips through here, which is the area you would have wanted to see displacement from. and it gives you a bearish up close candle with a series off of it, a tap into it, and a displacement through this low. There goes your break of structure. Boom, boom. There goes your break. And price is still selling off, guys. There goes your break of structure. Clean that low out on both charts. And I need a closure through it. There goes your closure. And then from here, you're literally just waiting for price to pull back. It don't matter what it takes out at this point. As long as it doesn't take out, like, I guess everything as far as overnight liquidity goes. Yeah, as long as it doesn't take out the overnight liquidity, I think it's still going to be bearish. Or it's at least worth the short, right? No matter what, even if it takes this low, this isn't overnight low. If it was taking an overnight low or something, I'd probably skip this, is what I'm saying. But because we have a decent range, based on what we've seen the past like 9 trades, I like this. Boom. So we're chilling, waiting for a pullback on both. And it looks like we're getting that pullback here on ES first. We're at 50, 60. Yeah, if I can take this here at the 62 and then put my stop. Yeah, that's only, bro, I could take it at 50%. It's only a 7-point stop, 7.5 to be safe. Yeah, so I'm taking ES here and I'm targeting maybe just this 0.75 here, 2R, something like that. That'll be crazy if I can boost my risk to reward this simply. Yeah, so trading this, let me put this up here because this was the first signal that I was anticipating a buy from. It failed. We get the flip, and then now we're taking the short off of 0.5 because I can cover that within my 10-point stop range. Target 2R here. Let's see. And just let that bad boy cook. There goes TP at 0.7. So actually, no, I don't like that. I'll probably just stick to my 1.5, bro. 1.6 max. Like, I don't even need that much, bro. 2 winning days is 3R. 4 winning days, 4.5R. That's a payout for me because of how I trade, how much I put on my trades. All I need is 3 winning trades, and I'm clearing any buffer. I'm clearing any payout cap, and I'm withdrawing. Oh, it just died. Markets just crashed. All right, here we go. But did it take out those overnight lows? That's a good question. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. No. You'd have been waiting for those. You'd have got blasted. Overnight lows did not happen. Pre-market lows, yes. Those are considered session levels as well. Pre-market low. Bang. All right, there we go. I like that. Screenshot. I kind of want to... kind of wish I would have traded this morning. We would have caught that bar. That's funny. 50%. Zoom in. And we are chilling. I need to emphasize this short signal here, short signal there. Cover the high, 1.5. Text. And there goes the markets, right? But I'm telling you, bro, I can read this like a book. It's just sad. What happened here? What time was this? 10 to 10, 15. Did it give you a setup here? Let's see. It did. Look at it. Look at it, guys. What do you see at these highs? The same exact thing we were talking about. The same exact protocol. We sweep a high, crash off of it, two or more candles. It's a scam, bro. How did it scam so easily, though? This was like, at this moment right here, it already knew it was going to bleed. You get the series off of it, a pushback, you get the displacement, you get the fib retracement of 50%. There goes your 50% to the T here. Cover your high. 45 points. Target the low. 2.7 R. And people are looking at you like you're a wizard. Bro, how'd you know it's going short right there, bro? Bro, I didn't, bro. I just waited for it to sweep a high inside of that 10-15 window. Oh, bro, this is hilarious. Sweeps this high, which is also a, what time was this? Okay, so these are all the pre-market highs. Sweeps this high, taps into that previous daily high. Boom, 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 boom. This would have been, I probably skipped this one, right? You're looking for it, the buy. You catch the buy, but you don't catch the short. But it almost tells you to expand your window from 10-15 to like 10-20. Yeah, that's what it tells me. It tells me 9:30 to almost 10:30. This setup was valid, and at 10:30 it was delivering perfectly at 10:30. Yeah, I'm gonna increase that window, 9:30 to 10:30. Beautiful. 50% hit. What about over here? This 50% hit. It looks like it. Yep, 50%. Bang. Right at 10:30. So that's the significance of a new 30-minute candle. That's so clean, bro. 9:30 open. 10:30 setup. Cut off. And that's that. Ready to go for tomorrow. I might have to put it up on the screen for the first couple days so I don't forget a step, get too excited. All right, that's that. If you tuned in today, you learned something new. If you want me to send you these notes, just message me in the chat room. I'll send it over to you. But yeah, that's like a cheat code. When the 1 minute works, it's a cheat code. You can run up payout. You'll run up $20,000 fast. When the 1 minute is working and it's giving you these types of risk to rewards, and you know exactly what you want to target, right? Like these are trades where you literally get in and you tell yourself how much you want to make. I want to make 2R on this one, or I'll make 1.8 because this is where the buyers were before. You know what I mean? Or if you're just someone who doesn't care, you just want to be robotic, target the low. target that swing low right there, or target the order blocks at the bottom of that low, 2.4 R. You see what I mean? So I knew this was gonna happen though. I was hoping for a short, but this was not what I would imagine. Now it's starting to get overextended. So now I'm gonna start looking for buys. It's only 11 o'clock. Price could easily put in a bottom. But you see this level failed miserably, just sliced through it. No reaccumulation, no attempt to go higher, nothing. Maybe on the 4 minute. Nope, just straight bearish candle flow. Bro, I'm like, that 1 minute chart just touched me, bro. That 1 minute chart just did it for me. Insane. All right, here we go, man. So I'm looking for price to close, bro. It's like, did ES really close through here? It barely did, and that's the sad part. I'm like, bro, give me a solid close. Either way, I'm not gonna chase it. And then I was looking at the lows. You notice you get that down close candle with the run away from it, that nice expansion move. So this level is almost likely to be retested. Never got retested. And I'm looking at the 5 minute for a close through. Notice ES failing to close through. But keeping in mind, what do we take out down here? Okay, yeah, we took the session low. You see what I mean? Like, we got this sell signal here, but it did take out session liquidity. It took out that 930 low, and we were already below the Asia low and London low. So maybe this continues is what I'm getting at. Maybe this continues lower to this next session low, but we took it out here on this New York PM session low, and we took out, looks like New York AM session low. Yeah, we took out both session lows here. So this could be a flip now, which is why I'm being patient. See what happens. See what happens. Still pretty early, 11:20. I'll be on till like 12:30, maybe 1, depending on the price action, but we're chilling, man. We're chilling. Both of these setups right here were phenomenal. This buy was really clean. The short was even cleaner. When you understand that, I talked about it in pre-market, how you're looking for price to start putting in a bottom if we're going to be bullish for the rest of the week, which it might end up being the case. So I'm like, all right, Tuesday or Wednesday should start the short. And here we go. We get that drive higher at the open. SMT. And complete flip here. That's why I say it could continue lower, but if I'm going to look for a continuation lower, I want to see price drive back into one of these areas up here. But then we do have this level here, which we're not tapping into. Yeah, I think this is going to end up being bullish. Simply because when you think of the basics, right? When you're shorting, you want to break in a retest. ES isn't retesting anything. This is your ideal retest zone for a continuation lower, right? So if price continues lower without retesting that upper zone, it keeps doing this. Eventually you're going to see this. That's the move you should expect. And then now you got NAS actually inside of this zone here. And it's trading pretty well, right? We don't see much rejection just yet. We got one bearish candle off of this EMA. Let's see how price responds now. Yeah, this is clean, man. I love this volume. I'm loving the volume. Whoa. Oil skyrocketed. What just happened, bro? How? That's crazy. That almost guarantees the shorts here. My goodness. But what, bro? Come on, bro. Oil just skyrocketed. Where is it going though? Just took out the previous day high. I don't know. Oil is weird right now. 11:30. We got like an hour left. Price is cruising right now. Not much going on. We have a couple areas of interest that I'm looking at here. We got this up close candle that created this move lower, which marked off by this red zone. We'd love to see it drive back into it. If price fails to make it back there, then you can get a reaccumulation, which would be price pushing higher using these areas right here. This candle that was just closed through, this could become your lower high. Price could trade into here, give you a setup off of this one. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. And these candles are all out of whack. The 4-minute chart usually gives you a clean profile though. See, that's where it's like, all right, the candles don't want to align. I'm just looking for the high to be the same color. Makes this trade fit everything in my journal, right? Don't want to put a trade in my journal that does not blend in. This high right here, this up close candle at 11:15 is not an up close candle on ES. However, we are back down into this area where I don't know, bro. It's just being weird. It's not clean. This is signs that the volume is just not there, right? When the volume is high, the candle closes are strong. That's the setup you really want to be involved in. All right, so yeah, here we go. This is so lame, but we do at least close through this candle. I can't say that much. So if you're using this candle here, 11:10, we close through it on both charts. See how price responds in this area. As long as the volume is good, we'll be able to get a clean trade. Ideally, I do think that as long as we can get some volume, we'll either break and continue higher, or we'll actually start trading to these lows here on NASDAQ that haven't been taken, which have been taken on ES. So that could be the draw for the rest of the session, right? These New York lows from yesterday on NAS. Yeah. Just looking for a nice flip here, man. So So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna step aside, bro. I don't know if this is actually gonna be clean or not, but you can see the areas of interest clear as day. You have this up close candle here, which could be the start of something here. Close through it. Boom. So really, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the logic behind when did we close through this bullish candle here, and then we close through here. Perfect. So now that we got the area of interest, all you're looking for is how does price respond on the tap back into it. Here goes your tap right now. See if price gives you something bearish here. All right, here we go. So I'm starting to notice this absorption. Beautiful absorption. Beautiful absorption. All right. We're having a couple things go on here that can give you your indication that price is about to flip, right? So you can do the 5 minute, which would probably be the best case scenario. Make this a little, make an outline. All right, yeah. So this candle right here is the key to the short. If we're gonna go short, I like it. The reason I don't like shorts, you guys should already know. We took out this low on ES. Once this low is hit, and then you see price start absorbing the shorts, that's where the red flag comes up for me. So I'm watching closely to see, do we actually find support in here? And I'm highlighting areas that make sense. And here goes your low. Right here. You got a couple down close candles in here, which they're different colors again, bro. It's so aggravating. It'd be so simple. All right, you see this low right here, this doji at 1136. This one right here is looking like a nice pivot for NAS, right? Beautiful pivot for NAS. Close through it, drop back into it, nice expansion out of it. And now you see price rejecting it once again. We start reclaiming this EMA. That'll be a good look. And then on the short, we have this bearish order block. So now when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, can price actually survive this push higher? If so, it's gonna need to respect this level here. This bearish candle steps up at 1150, so 1155. 1155 right here. So I'm looking and I'm saying, all right, which up close candle is price respecting? There it is. There goes your bullish candle. If you're bullish, you got to break this red zone. You got to close through, pull back, reject, reject, reject. We're rejecting again. Now you see the battle. You can see exactly where price is battling right now. You can see exactly what's going on. If we're bearish, this red zone will not break. I like that we tapped into it again here, and now we're tapping into this zone here. But realistically, I would rather buy, right? Because if I'm shorting, these are pretty much targets. We're super close to these targets already. If I'm bullish, this high becomes my target. Or maybe this red zone up above becomes my target. All right, so yeah, it looks like we're about to go bullish here. If we can get a strong close, I like the buys off of this lower zone. Yeah, there it is. Let's start drawing this up here. Super clean, 60 points. And then I'll probably go for like 80, 60 for 80. 1.3, yeah. So what I'm looking at is we had this drive into this lower zone here, which I'll make this green, or I'll make this yellow and move this. This isn't even supposed to be there. So yeah, we had this drive into this zone here. Oh, don't run, bro. I need a 2-minute close, so I'm not gonna chase it, but that sucks. What time is it? 12 o'clock? Okay, yeah. So we should see some sort of pullback here. 12 o'clock is here. But what I'm looking at, close through, pullback, break. Now we get that confirmation. We get a drive back into it. All I'm looking for is that 5 minute to show that SMT. We get that retest here. SMT, take out this low here at hold on, let me see here. Let me erase this. There goes that push, bro. Come on, kid. But once we get this set up here, we had the close through, the pullback, the flip, the drive here, right here at 1148. I'm looking for SMT off of this drive. This low stops right here. We never take out this low. and we take out this low right here, it looks like. Okay, so maybe we get that SMT then. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. I don't see a clean enough SMT off of this. We have SMT off of this low, but once we get that confirmation with this break here, this break, I want to see price drive back and give me SMT. And we don't. Did we sweep this low here? We did sweep this low though. Okay, so there's at least something. I need to see some sort of SMT. We sweep this low here at 1152. And then this low, this is the hidden SMT. This usually means that there's going to be a lot of speed on this trade. So this 1132 low was not taken. All right. What about the 5-minute SMT? Do we have 5-minute SMT? We don't take that low. We don't. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, the 5-minute doesn't have any SMT. If I miss this, that's going to suck. But I'm waiting for that SMT that I'm familiar with in this area. Oh my, yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is about to be some sort of wiki activity right now. Driving to it. I'm looking for a strong close. Yeah, this is, yeah. We're about to see, we got this is our SMT zone right here. So I'm gonna stick with the 5-minute. The 4-minute looks decent, but the 5-minute isn't giving me every single piece yet. So I'm gonna wait for that. And then I'm gonna try this buy. Got the close, got the pullback. This candle low right here is where I'm looking for SMT. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. And then I'm looking for another break here, which we're about to get. This could also be bearish too if we fail to break this, bro. Okay, we have EMA support on the 2-minute. I'm just looking for that drive with SMT. And I'll buy YM. I'm sorry, I'll buy NASDAQ. YM should be showing some life too. There it is. Close through. Pull back. See if price can displace here. This looks good, bro. It's like, man, where's the SMT though? It's gonna give you some sort of SMT down in here. Maybe this next candle. It's gonna give you something to work with here. We haven't taken out anything down there. Yeah. You get SMT off the original move, but once I see the confirmation that we want to go higher, I want to see manipulation one more time. And we just opened this 12 o'clock candle right here. And we haven't moved lower since 12 yet. So we need to put a wick on this 30-minute candle. All right. Yeah, there's no wick here. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that wick first. Once we get that wick, that'll be the next move. This 30-minute candle, drive lower, put a wick in, jump back to the 5-minute, and we'll get some sort of SMT with this wick, ideally. And from there, that's when I'll look for that continuation higher. Cool. It's 12 o'clock. We got about 30 minutes or so left on stream. So this will be that final trade idea. Just waiting on a continuation after this SMT. So you see the rejection coming off of this lower order block, this red zone here. We saw the first attempt to go lower fail here so far, and that's why I'm looking for the buy. We got this close through, this bearish candle close, I should say. And then from there, I'm looking and I'm saying 1150 to 1155 what was pretty much sending price lower. And you could say it's this red zone, which I already have highlighted. See this up close candle, slam lower, tap into it, reject, tap into it, reject. So this is where all the selling pressure is coming from, this 1118 up close candle. If that holds, price will go lower, right? You start breaking this zone, then you know that the next target is above. Also got to keep an idea on the table for the shorts because we're still in bearish territory. All right, you get this slam lower. Like I said, I probably skip the shorts. But I don't know. It's this low. This low is so close to what I would be trading. If you do get a short signal, you just go break even after this low is taken out. You know what I mean? This EMA is holding up nice. This order block in here is holding up nice. If you get a SMT here, which, okay, no SMT so far. All right, you see how this 5-minute wick higher failed to take this high on both charts. That's not what I want to see. If I'm going to be bearish, I want to see exhaustion, manipulation, divergence in this red zone. So far, it's not there. Yeah, all these internal highs get taken. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. And you see the volume just continuing to push higher. Like I said, for the bullish case, you just want to see SMT on this move lower now. We still haven't broken this 30-minute low. Still no wick on this 30-minute candle. It's only 12:09, so give it a few minutes here to try and put that wick in. So that's what I'm thinking. It looks like it's probably gonna do something like this where it just confirms the breakout, pull back, continue. That would be ideal. Looking at the 1 minute, this is crazy because this is kind of that same setup where you're seeing that break of structure front. Bro, this is the same setup that we were seeing this morning. Look at it, right? We had this down close candle, expand quickly, pull back, pull back, pull back, wait for that break of structure. We break structure on the 1 minute, close through it, you get the fair value gap, enter 50% here. From the low to the high, 50% would be right here. It still hasn't hit 50% yet. 50% there. And then cover the low. So maybe enter a little bit lower just so you can cover this low with like 9 points. And then that's your trade. So I'm gonna keep that on the back burner just in case, but it's not inside of that early morning macro, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But this is ideal. This is ideal. Let's see if imagine we get this confirmation and you get the 5-minute confirmation that I'm looking for here, which is simply going to be a SMT. A simple drive, sweep, divergence, and then turn. I'm in. And looking at this level here, I like how we held this high. My goodness. Look at the wicks off of here. That's telling you price is going to go lower. Who knows how far lower, but it looks like it's going lower. Same thing here. Tap into that zone. Red zone, more rejection off of this candle range here. Beautiful rejection. If this gap holds up, there we go. Let's go. Let's go. I want this to be a buy so bad that I got to be careful, right? I don't want to get my hopes up here, but a nice divergence off of these lows here, that's going to confirm it. And I love that we're pushing back super early in this 5-minute candle. It's 3 minutes left, so chances are this is probably gonna turn into a wick and then start flipping back bullish. All I would need is a closure through this resistance here on the 2-minute. That'll be my turn back bullish, and then I'll long it something like that. Let's go 5-minute chart. My stop would need to be, yeah, down here, like 60 points. Then you could target your 1.5. But really, you don't want to be greedy in markets like this, bro. When we take out a bunch of liquidity, we pushed up, took out the daily high, pushed back, took out the session lows. Just give me like 1 to 1, 1 to 1.25. I'm okay with that for today. If you were catching these earlier moves, that's different, right? You can take bigger targets, but now you don't want to get greedy. It's 12. Take your 1.5, 1.25, walk out. Here goes your drive. They're both taking out this 30 low here. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower. A little bit lower. There we go. And then for the next minute and 30 seconds or so, you want to see price make a strong effort to wick. And then I can drop to the lower time frame to look for this breakout here. Just to close above these bodies, which is current resistance. Close above there, and I like it. Nice. Sellers being absorbed, like I mentioned, which is giving me the idea for the buy here. Nice. So this is where you want to see that bullish pressure step up. Once we start tapping back into this golden zone here, I'll make this yellow over here too. Yeah, so once we start tapping back into here, close through, actually it's this one right here. Nice. Nice. It's gonna be this candle right here. Close through, pull back, push off. Yeah, you want to see more bullish pressure off of this level. If this level fails, then the buys are out the window and I'll start looking for a potential short. I don't think I'll take the short, but I could draw up a short for you guys. I'm not going to trade it if it wants to go short here. This is way too much confirmation for higher. You know what I mean? So I would much rather just wait for the rejection here. If it holds, that's what I like. All right, so the 5-minute close with a decent body, 4-minute closing with a nice wick. I need SMT though, so that's gonna be the final piece of the puzzle. We took out this low, took out this low. Come on, give me a definite dive here. A definite dive will be fire. But will I give up on the short? You know, I'm gonna keep highlighting potential short protocol, because if this EMA doesn't want to break and it wants to go lower, I should be able to see that. And also, I want to notice these 1 minute order blocks down in here. Bro, this is a strong level of interest, right? You see it's funny because you see this 1 minute macro pattern that we were talking about, and it's in between that 10:50 to 11:15 window, right? You get this setup and it left behind this area, which I marked it out earlier. We've tapped into it and literally given the exact protocol I would look for if I was trading the macro session from this morning. So that's what's catching my attention. And then it's aligning perfectly with the 5 minute protocol that I like to trade. So now, like I said, I'm not even interested in the shorts. I'm just gonna wait for this bullish confirmation here. And look at that. We need to break above this resistance, right? Because it's all about timing. Price can show us a ton of bullish structure, but if we can't break these levels, it'll range, and then you'll pretty much be upset that you got in the trade. Here, you get in on the breakout, we should be catching a true expansion rather than a delayed, really clean setup that's going to take 5 hours to start moving, or maybe not even move before the session closes. You just got to have every single angle laid out before you take these trades, bro. So here, bingo. There should be a decent amount of SMT now. Let's see, clean this up. We still haven't broken out yet, but let's see. We took out here on both charts. Now I'm looking for hidden SMTs. Not much, bro. It's literally a tiny divergence, man. But I guess that's gonna be enough. We'll see if it breaks the EMA here. But here's your tiny SMT right here. See this low? We take out this swing right here. We left equal lows over here. I don't know. I might not even take this, bro. I want a definite SMT. Typically, the SMT is so obvious, when I take these trades that I'm comfortable getting in. Here, I'm looking for a sweep of something that makes sense, and it's very minuscule. You got this 4-minute SMT here, but we'll see if price, like I said, if price starts moving strongly again, I'm gonna respect that and just take it as a clue that price is not interested in lower. It really just wants to go higher. We've seen that before with tiny SMTs, so take it for what it is, but that's the SMT right there. That is the SMT. Delete some of these sessions. There we go. And that's a 4-minute SMT. 5-minute chart, not happening. Maybe a hidden SMT off of this low. Not even. Looks like we take this low as well. Yeah, there's just a lack of SMT that's concerning. There we go. Can we take this low here? There we go. Now start flipping. Come on, NASDAQ. Don't take it. Don't take it, Nas. There we go. Come on. It's 4 minutes left in this candle, kid. I need you to flip. Or if you're going to take this low as well, which it looks like you are, go ahead, take these lows then, Mr. Yes. All right, so yeah, there we go. Now we're getting an actual SMT here. A 5-minute divergence. All right, let me erase this. There we go. Looks a lot cleaner there. Dang. Here, you take out this low. Let me erase this. Man, I would like for this to be a clean continuation higher, bro. Because it's so clean. You know what I mean? Like, all it's missing is literally the last piece of the puzzle. We've seen this trade like 3 times the past week and a half. And we've caught every single one. 2-0 on them. This will be the 3rd one if it follows through. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Nice rejection. Did we take this low? Let's see. I don't know. We for sure dipped. Let me see, man. Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. Did we take this low? We did take this low. For sure, there's SMT off of this. Yeah, to say the least. This 1210 candle, that's enough for me. An obvious sweep right here. And we're still respecting the lower time frame order block so far. All right, so yeah, I'm cool with that. Crazy, I think if I did that. Still good. Yep. All right, cool. So that's the play here. No SMT there. All right. Nope. Yeah, we're chilling. And now you just want to see price offer that confirmation. Right now, this is still chopping around in bullish territory. So it's like if price wanted to take 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and just hang out in this area, that doesn't change the trade idea. And I really wouldn't want to short this, even though I might be able to. Hold on. You would need to see this yellow zone broken. So yeah, that's the only thing stopping the shorts. You get a strong close through this specific candle right here. Yeah, a nice strong move through this yellow zone here. I'm gonna wrap it up and just walk away. The shorts would be the play, but I don't really want to deal with shorts right now, especially with how overextended everything is. Oil just blast off, no pullbacks. The better setup is gonna be that pullback concept. This was boom. Yeah. And then this, yeah, this this is all one big piece. This down close candle that started to move. Pushes up, pull back. And if you look on the 2 minute, we really haven't broken these wicks close through. The 1 minute gives you a subtle close through. So it's still fighting to be bullish. You know what I mean? You can see it. It's crazy, bro. You can see it. This level right here is the problem. It looks like it might win. Let's see. Good tape reading so far. Today was really clean. Buy here, short here. Probably would never take this. This is definitely being taken. And then right now you're looking at a potential buy that may take a long time, similar to yesterday's buy. That trade was extremely slow, but it was spot on. It's crazy slow though. Let's see, where was it? This was yesterday? Oh yeah. And it was here, yeah, the buys were in here. And the target was this high. It took a buy confirmation, I think was like around like 1 o'clock or something. It took 4 hours to get up there. Here we are. I love that we're stalling at the proper level. I love that the volume isn't as strong for the shorts in this area right here. You're getting sweeps and then you see price just chill. There's no real like breakthrough, which is what you want to see. If you're looking for, let's look for that pattern, that drive, pull back, displace. There's one. Tapping into the lows, sweeping this low. Price should be very bullish bro. Yeah, this is where you should see price really pick up the pace because you don't want to see it get under here like at all. So the fact that we're way back here sweeping these lows, you want to see a strong push after that manipulation. And if that's the case, then you probably bring out your fib here and you say we should at least hit one standard deviation or potentially 0.75. But you know how the markets are. This will be the trade that won't take off because we're like we're too on its tail. We know exactly what's about to happen. So it decides not to do anything. Mm. All right, yeah. This is officially your sell signal right here. We close underneath here. It's a wrap. Notice how we tap into this red zone, playing ping pong between this yellow zone and this red zone. Nice ping pong, ping pong. And then we close underneath, hold these highs, lower highs, close underneath the EMA, and then retest that EMA and survive. That looks like the official selling point right there, yeah. Which sucks, because now I don't know if I really like this. 50 seconds low. Let's see. We need to see a strong rejection, bro. Otherwise, this is not it. Strong rejection. Way back up here in no time. All right, yeah. YM. Is YM going to give the easier setup here? You pull back displace. Pulls back into this displacement leg. YM is giving you the macro buy. 1150, 1215, pull back, bang. 5-minute setup. What would it be? Close through, pull back, bang. You got this area here is where you want your trade from. Price driving into it. You need that 2-minute EMA to confirm your trade. Boom. Here we go. You got this resistance sitting right here. If I'm trading YM, I'm longing above that. Stop below here. And I'm just looking for a 1.25 previous daily high. That would be my trade if I'm trading YM. Over here, I need to see so much bullishness right now, right here, this very instant, within the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, this trade is a joke. We end up getting a lot more SMT now. We are taking out what? Oh, I guess not necessarily. It's still pretty even. I don't know if this is really what I'm looking for, bro. SMTs aren't really hitting like they should. Looks like it wants lower first. We might end up taking this low. Oh, here goes the speed. Yeah, this is super clean. No SMTs at the low whatsoever. All right, maybe we get one more drive lower for this 12:30 candle. I'll give this like 20 minutes, 12:45, 12:50. If I don't see anything by then, I'm just going to wrap it up. Call it a day. It's funny though, because I did that yesterday, and as soon as I got off, the markets rallied like almost immediately. I wish there was SMT here, bro. We did put in SMT, we just canceled it out. We had that 5-minute candle low that I had marked out, but then we ended up taking it out. This is telling you that this is gonna be a slow transition. It's moving a little bit too slow. Man, this sucks, bro. I like the divergence on the 1 minute. But at the same time, I don't really care for the 1 minute. You got this sweep here. You know what I mean? Like, this is the only SMT I could see on the 1 minute. Look how tiny it is. Very subtle SMT. How does that align to the 5 minute? It doesn't. 4 minute. It doesn't. Unless there's something here. But we're starting to show this speed, man. I don't want to get into it early, but it's starting to give you the clues here. Yeah, YM should be pushing shortly. Okay, still rejecting this bearish area. Maybe we get one more pullback here before this unnecessary rocket ship is about to hit. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. EMA squeezing. We're about to flip the EMA. We have this level right here. Yeah, bro, this looks A plus if you ask me. Subtle SMT off of this low here. Very subtle. And that's on a 2 minute, 4 minute. It's not there. We do have a 2 minute SMT and I think a 4 minute. Subtle SMT, but it's there. We start flipping here, bro. You gotta take this, man. Whichever one flips the strongest here is the one I want to take. $10-point stop maximum, so I'm gonna have to take NASDAQ. Let's say this is your flip here. You're looking for that SMT, man. It's coming. I feel like we're gonna get that one random drop that gives you a blatantly obvious SMT. All right, cool. There it goes. Now let's sweep this low. Actually, I don't even want it underneath this low. I want to see it sweep something in here, give that hidden SMT. Like take out one of these internal lows. Something like that would be the best one. We get back underneath this yellow box, I'm done. I'm not taking this. I'll miss it. Even if it tries to run without me, it's just not the setup. No sense of urgency at that point. All right, so if we're in this area, you want to see wick. 2 minutes left. This is the make or break candle here for me. Because it's starting to look extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. Sheesh. Up close, run, pull back, displace. That's crazy. Up close, run, pull back. Yeah, this is bearish. You see the bearish pattern here? The 1 minute is giving you beautiful order blocks. Oh my goodness. I almost want to short this, bro. Beautiful order block, run away, pull back again, chopping, finally displace. But we do fill in these gaps a little bit premature. So I don't know. One thing I don't like is a mitigated gap. So even though we got this displacement lower, by the time we broke structure, I guess this was the mitigate. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you look at it that way, right? The first displacement that breaks structure was this red arrow. This was the first gap here. It closed through it. Sweeps the high over here. See, that's the difference. Look at this. This one breaks the low. This one does displace. Taps into it. Yeah, they're not in sync at all. But this one over here looks the cleanest. You have this up close candle. Runs away, pulls back, breaks this low. Fair value gap. You want to short it there. You see the respect. We short it there. It takes out these lows and then it starts to pretend to be bullish. Pulls right back into this area, slams off of it. This just looks bearish. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this area right here. And look at the reaction here. So if you're gonna buy, you gotta wait for this area to be completely annihilated. Which I don't think it will be. I think this is officially short. It's just it's so funny how price can entertain two really good setups. And this is why trading is so hard. You can make a legit argument for both sides a lot of the times. But the higher time frame is bullish, right? This level down here, we swept out some liquidity, is bullish. Here, you're getting this aggressive selling pressure in the middle of a range, right? But it is at a discount of this setup here as well. So that's where it's like, bro, this could go lower or this could go higher. You really won't know until price. If we take this low again, I think it's over. And I'm just gonna wrap it up. I missed the shorts. Yeah, you can see it. There it is. Yeah, the shorts are dominating. Notice none of these highs are being bothered, yet we keep breaching lows. Now we're breaching another low. It's like, these shorts are not playing around. So yeah, I'm watching this. If we can take this low here on ES as well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Because you really don't want to see, first of all, you didn't want to see price get down in here like this the first time. Then you don't want to see price stop what it's doing and come right back to this level. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Yeah, if it is bullish, it's gonna take for these lows to be taken out and then a new setup. So it's not worth the time. Shorts are leaking. All right, there it is. Yeah. So very clean short setup. YM is telling you it's probably going to just wait a while or maybe never even go bullish. Look at it. Bearish order block, taps into that bearish order block, fails to continue on the lower time frame. You get this area of interest right here. Tap into that 2-minute candle, rejecting off of this up close move, bro. It's like clockwork. Rejected once, pull back, rejected again. Now we're rejecting the EMA. Short. Shorty makes short. Sad part is you don't know how far it's gonna short, so just let it go. Let it go. Because you'll get in here and you'll think, oh, this is gonna just keep going. You don't know. Now ES is taking these lows. You have no idea. Price could wick and reverse completely on you. And I don't got time for that. So that's it, man. Definitely gonna be ready for tomorrow's session. Coming in hot with the 1-minute model tomorrow. And yeah. No trades today. VIP, let them know what the deal is, and I am out of here. There it is. There goes the lows. Nice. And like I mentioned the first time, this was a very nice reaction for shorts. This is nice. All right, cool. Catch you guys tomorrow, 9:30. This thing is leaking, oil ripping. Makes sense though, right? Now this is what you call price action. Finally, give us that rebalance, man. Give us some sort of pullback. Gap lower, race into the gap, sweep the high, SMT off the high, nice sell-off. All right, cool. So I'm out of here. No trades for me. We're chilling. Enjoy your afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless. Later, my friends. Later.